Last week we talked about the House Democrat budget. This week let's talk about the Senate Majority Coalition Caucus budget. What are your first impressions of their proposal?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing is respect for the taxpayers. It's respect for our family budgets, it's respect for our small business budgets, it's respect for something that says, look, we're going to do a budget that's not going to make it harder on all of those folks. It's not going to be a budget where we're automatically going to assume excessive increases in state spending. It really does truly live within its means. Now, are there things in that budget that I probably don't like? Absolutely. But the amazing thing is they really took this budget thoughtfully from a process that says, hey, we're going to do things differently. We're not going to quote unquote do it the way we've always done it. You know, if you remember many years ago, Dino Rossi did the same thing. He challenged staff, he challenged legislators to do something different and to come up with priorities of spending that really reflected the things that we needed to do. And I believe, frankly, the Senate has done the same thing. I think they've done a fantastic job of trying to balance very difficult issues from caseload increases for healthcare spending, higher education, K through 12, our mandate to McCleary, and mental health funding, as well, to take all of those significant pieces and say, we're just going to do this within existing resources and we're going to figure out a way to do it. Does that mean that you make people unhappy? Absolutely. There's no question. But what I like is it's always easier to say yes to everything than to say, you know what, maybe we can do your program in a couple of years, maybe we can't. But it's really a challenge to the status quo. And that's so much of what I thoughtfully appreciate about where the Senate's gone this year. It is a dramatic difference. You look at the House budget that we passed last year, assumes $10 billion of increased spending in 6 years. Now, if you think about the way we usually talk budgets and the way state agencies talk budgets, it's decreases and increases. Everybody always says, well, that doesn't make sense. Well, in Olympia, it does. But what it means is that you never decrease state spending. It's always, oh my gosh, the sky's falling. Well, it's because they didn't get that automatically assumed increase. And so that's why I feel what the Senate has done has really set the bar for negotiations. It's going to be very interesting. I'm excited that we're meeting, our obligations under McCleary. I'm excited. First cuts to higher ed since like the 70s. 25% decrease in student tuition. Those are what, from my own daughter who's in college says, what are you guys going to do about state, the tuition, college tuition? We hear from families in Spokane, families up north, that it's so hard for our students to be able to get that post-secondary education, that college degree. And so I'm excited about, again, thinking about these things in a new and different way to be able to meet the challenges that our state's having. And so I am so excited to see how things go forward. It's certainly going to be challenging, no question, but I believe that we can do this in 105 days. We need to be committed to doing that. And I think if we roll up our sleeves, we can get there.